Om Shanti everyone, good morning. Is my voice coming through? Please give a
It is
thumb.
very low. Can you increase the volume of the sound?
Is it better?
Yes.
Okay. So, good morning everyone. Today Baba is talking about the power of being essence. This is the Avyakt Murli Baba spoke on May 20th, 1972. So Baba is taking us to how to get into that state of essence, and if you are in that state of essence, what will transform, how much we can save ourselves from expansion by going into essence. Baba says the savings of thoughts and time by becoming the form of essence. Saving sankalp or samay by becoming the form of essence. While practicing being stable in the stage of being a master seed, can you stabilize yourself in this stage with this consciousness easily? While practice being stable in the stage of being a master seed, can you stabilize yourself in this stage with this consciousness easily? Just as you come into expansion and sound very quickly, in the same way, can you stabilize yourself beyond sound in the essence instead of expansion? Just as you come into expansion and sound very quickly, in the same way, can you stabilize yourself beyond sound in the essence instead of expansion? Limited magicians show powers of merging the expansion. So can you, the unlimited magicians, not merge the expansion? If any soul comes in front of you, if any soul comes in front of you, can you give him the 1 week course in a second? That is, in 1 second, can you fill that soul with the spiritual power or the power of relationship with God that you would wish through 1 week course? If any soul comes in front of you, can you give him 1 week course in a second? What does it mean? In 1 second, can you fill the soul with the spiritual power or the power of relationship with the God that you would wish through that 1 week course? Or is that the final stage? Any person standing in front of a mirror can have a vision of himself in 1 second. In the same way, can't any soul that comes in front of the mirror of your spiritual stage have a glimpse or a vision of his original form? Do you experience the stage of being a lighthouse and a might house, similar to the Father, to be close? Or is that the stage still very far? Since you consider it to be possible, what is the reason for not having that stage now? If it is possible to have a lighthouse and might house stage, what is the reason for not having that stage now? If something is possible, but has not yet happened practically, there must definitely be a reason for it. Why is there this slackness? What main attention is needed in order to create such a stage? Since science has proved that many tasks can be accomplished in 1 second, it just takes a moment to turn a switch on or off. Why are you not able to create that stage here? What is the main reason? You have the mirror. So how long does it take to glance in the mirror? At present, you yourself go into great deal of expansion. How can those who themselves go into the expansion stabilize others in the form of the essence? This is because the intellect has had the habit of going into the expansion over a long period of time. When you see or hear anything, you try to go into the expansion of it. You have little practice of knowing the essence of whatever you see or hear and transforming it within a second. Even against your conscious wish, you question why and what, etc. Therefore, the seed has a lot of power, but the tree, the expansion, has a little less. Anything that has expanded, its power will also be expanded. Anything that has expanded, its power will also be expanded. There is a difference between a saccharin and a sugar. You have to use a lot of sugar in order to achieve great sweetness. You only use a little saccharin. In the same way, when you go into the expansion of anything, time and power of thought are wasted. When you go into expansion of anything, time and the power of thought are wasted. Because they are wasted, you do not have that power. Therefore, in order to create such an elevated stage, always have the practice of merging the expansion into its essence and of stabilizing yourself in the essence. When you have such a practice, because you yourself become the form of the essence, you will be able to give other souls the experience of the essence of knowledge in 1 second. Only the images of experience can give others that experience. You yourself do not have so much experience of this aspect. And because of this, you are not able to give other souls this experience. Anything powerful has the power to transform. For instance, if a fire is very intense and powerful, the form of anything put into it will automatically be transformed. Anything powerful has the power to transform. For instance, if a fire is very intense and powerful, the form of anything put into it will automatically be transformed. If the fire is not powerful, then it will not be able to transform the form of whatever you put into the fire. In the same way, if you constantly remain stable in your powerful stage, then because of your powerful stage, anything grows of corporeal world, that is the form and the stage of any being who remains in a gross consciousness, who comes in front of you, will be changed. If you constantly remain stable in your powerful stage, then because of your powerful stage, anything grows of the corporeal world That is the form and stage of any being who remains in a gross consciousness, who come in front of you, will be changed. The gross consciousness of those who remain in that will be changed into soul consciousness. The wasteful aspects will be transformed into something powerful. Sinful thoughts will take on the form of pure thoughts. However, such transformation will only take place when you stabilize yourself in such a powerful stage. Then anything laukik will be transformed into something alaukik. Anything ordinary will be transformed into something extraordinary. Then those who remain stable in such a stage can never be influenced by any being, objective, objects, atmosphere, vibration, attitudes, or vritti. Those who remain stable in such an extraordinary stage can never be influenced by any being, vastu, vatavaran, vibration, vritti, or drishti. Any object, any being, any atmosphere, any vibration, any attitude, or any vision will not influence those who are in that extraordinary stage. So now, do you understand what you have to do? You have little power to merge, and secondly, you have little power to transform. That is, you do not constantly remain stable in the stage of being a lighthouse and a lighthouse. Before you perform any action, you do not put into use the special gift of power you have received from Bapdada. You simply become happy seeing them and hearing about them, and because you do not put them to use at the right time, weaknesses remain. Therefore, you perform any action, you do not become Master Trikaldarshi. If you create every thought, perform every action, speak every word as a Master Trikaldarshi, then would it be possible for any action to be wasteful or without meaning? At the time of performing action, you come under the influence of karma. You do not become Trikaldarshi. That is, you do not stabilize yourself in the stage of being a detached observer, Sakshi, and enable actions to be performed through your physical organs. And so you come under its influence. To be under its influence means to invoke evil spirit. To be under influence means to invoke evil spirits. After performing those actions, you then have to repent. But what happens through that? You have already created the results and the fruit of that action. So because of being trapped in the action and the fruit of the action, a soul that is bound in the bondage of karma cannot reach its elevated stage. So, since you have to become free from the bondages of karma, while becoming free, constantly check that you're not becoming bound by the bondage of karma. After becoming embodiment of knowledge, Gyan Swarup, that is, after becoming master knowledgeful and a master almighty authority, if you perform any action that are not yukti-yukt, then the bondage of those actions is multi-million times greater than actions performed on the path of ignorance. Actions performed on the path of knowledge. If you perform any action that are not yukti yukt, then the bondage of those actions which are performed not being yukti yukt is multi-million times greater than the actions performed on the path of agyan, ignorance. Because of this, because souls bound in bondage are not free, those souls are not able to do whatever they want. They realize that this should not happen, that this should finish, that there should be the experience of happiness, that there should be lightness, and everyone should experience contentment. There should be success in service, or they should come close to the divine family and develop love for it. However, because of the bondage of the karma already performed, they are not able to have these experiences even though they wish to. They realize that this should not happen, that they should finish, that there should be the experience of happiness, that there should be lightness, and everyone should experience contentment. There should be success in service, or they should come close to the divine family and develop love for it. However, because of the bondage of the actions already performed, they are not able to have these experiences, even though they wish to. Because of this, they are neither able to make other souls content, nor are they content with their own effort. This is why you have to understand the deep philosophy of karma. That become a Trikaldarshi and then perform every action. For only then will you be able to become karmatit. Understand the deep philosophy of karma, become Trikaldarshi and then perform actions. For only then will you be able to become karmatit. You make small mistake even in your thoughts, and the karmic accounts of that is very severe. You must now consider the little mistakes to be something big. Even something is very clean, even a little mark appears to be very big. In the same way, you are now coming close to the complete stage of becoming completely clean. Therefore, now even the little mistake will be counted as something big. So do not remain ignorant in this, thinking that these are little mistakes and that they will happen. No. Now the time has changed. Together with the time, the speed of effort has also changed. The intensity of your effort has already changed. According to the present time, even a little mistake will be counted as a great weakness. Therefore, remain cautious at every step. A little mistake deprives you of your attainment for a very long time. Therefore, become knowledgeful, that is, become a lighthouse and a might house. If those who are showing the path to many other souls stop on the path themselves, then how will they become instrument to show the path to others? Therefore, constantly be the destroyers of obstacles. Vigna Vinashak. Acha, to such souls who move along as karma yogis while constantly being Trikaldarshi, Babdada's Namaste. To such Baba who is making us Trikaldarshi and true karma yogis, Babdada's Yad Pyar, good morning and Namaste. So very short but a very powerful Murli, Baba taking us through the philosophy of karma and how the actions which are done not being Trikaldarshi binds the soul down, and how being a lighthouse and might house, being in that powerful stage, can become a mirror and able to give the whole 7-day course, which is to empower the soul and to give that relationship, relate the soul to Baba in 1 second. So beautiful Murli Baba has taken us through. So let's take a few minutes to meditate on that. Let's go back to our powerful stage. This beautiful early morning, the day when Bab Dada himself is coming in the evening, prepare yourself to become very subtle. Refining your mind and heart, go into your subtle presence as a master seed. Become the lighthouse and stay in that presence. Become very stable. As a powerhouse. Make yourself very comfortable being a lighthouse. And observe the radiance, the power radiating from your presence. Very comfortable in your complete and perfect form. Your subtle angelic form, very close to family. Feel that sense of love of the family. Feel that closeness to Baba. Very comfortable at home. In your incorporeal and bodiless stage. Become ever ready in your essence, powerful presence as a master seed. Giving everyone the vision of their true form and also empowering every soul. By being a mirror to the whole world. very comfortable being in your essence as a master seed. Om Shanti. Welcome back. So what new experience Baba gave in this beautiful Murli? What new spiritual power Baba activated inside you? Or did you experience something new about being essenseful from this Murli? And what does Trikaldarshi got to do with Karmatit? Feel free to unmute yourself and share your points.
Om Shanti, brother.
Shanti.
Hello, Om Shanti.
Yes, Om Shanti.
When we just hear the word essence, it's something we first take it essence, even when we use it in the kitchen and all. It is something more concentrated. It is something, and when we take it in an abstract sense, we take it to be as something intrinsic, indispensable, something which has got a little bit of quality. But when Baba mentions here, he speaks about, we are bound, he says what is the essence of knowledge, he says what is sometimes even the essence of the Murli. And we are seeing everywhere how science is also merging everything, the big thing, into something small. So for this, Baba has given us in the Murli what is the essence which he wants us to achieve. One, he says, a master seed, how I can be essenseful. Then how to give knowledge in 1 second, I need essence. How can I give others a glimpse of my form? In a second, when they come, they should see my form. That also he's saying comes in essence. Because he says the seed is powerful, but the tree has got less power. So for this, I have to keep practicing. Then only I can be an experience. Then only when people will see me, they'll change, and all that magic which happens, ways to power, pure thoughts, and all can actually take place. This is called as, we have to, for this, we need the power to merge ourselves, or what we say, the power to transform. So for me, I would like to go in a sense, respond in a sense, from a place of substance, so that I can grasp the root and see the solution.
Beautiful. Thank you. Merging into essence. Yeah. Anyone else?
Om Shanti Bhaiji, very insightful Murli, signifying the significance of the being in essence, being in the seed stage. I have a query, if you could just elaborate on what is the link between the Trikaldarshi stage and the detached observer stage? Are they connected, and how does being a detached observer help in achieving a Trikaldarshi stage? Om Shanti Bhaiji.
Beautiful, beautiful. And if you actually see what picture comes to your mind when we talk about Trikaldarshi? So it is a picture of the three worlds, right? So it is a picture of the three worlds that comes to your mind. If you actually see the picture of the three worlds, what do you see? The space and time. There is no time in the soul world. There is no time in the subtle world. The time is only here, which means your form as a deity, your form as a worship worthy, your form as a Brahmin, all stays in this world of time, right? So Trikaldarshi means past, present, and future, which means being Swadarshan Chakradhari and Trikaldarshi, they both correlate to the same point. It helps you to detach from the influences as what happened to you, what you have done to others, and whole of that thing, you will be free from the karma altogether. And Trikaldarshi, Karmatit, Swadarshan Chakradhari all means the same after a point. Sakshi also means the same thing after a point. You follow, right?
Okay, wonderful. Yes, I got it. The basically it's they at after a particular point they all merge. They signify the same stage.
That's right.
Powerful stage where I'm detached from the bondages, the worldly attractions, the bodily attractions. All this I get detached, and then the Sudarshan Chakradhari and this Trikaldarshi stage is very easy that way. Then
That's right.
Karmati, all other. Right. Got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Right. The time is the essence. Like if you become Trikaldarshi means you are going beyond the effect of whatever has happened on the timeline.
Yes. Beyond time, as they say, no, it's
Beyond,
beyond time.
exactly.
Akal Tat, beyond time.
Akal, yes, right, beautiful. Beyond time.
Thank you, Baba. Om Shanti.
Sure thing, thank you.
Brother, just to add to that, can we also say one is a concept, that is a base. And if I practice that, I get detached. Like one is, if I follow the time pattern which you said, the three thing, then I get the result. That is a kind of something goes away from me and something is synchronized in me. Sometimes I feel one is just a concept and the other is the result.
See, that's a good thought. The thought is like, how can you convert a concept into a power? The intermediate stage is it is a presence, right? I'm in the class right now. Give me a minute. Yeah. Sorry. Give me 1 minute. Just shifting. Yeah. So one is the concept, right? So how do you convert a concept into a power? First, we have to get into a stage, go into that awareness. Once you are aware of it, that awareness activate your presence, and that presence has the power. And that is why, especially when Baba is talking about Gyan Swarup, you're not churning on Gyan, you're not keeping it as a concept, but concept has become your presence. That presence has a power. Anubhav Swarup. Follow, right? Did I answer?
Got it, brother. I understood it. Like we say, if I have a feeling that I am a soul consciousness, then if I practice, I can become bodiless.
Right. Stage, sthiti. The word I like is sthiti. So I saw a question that you have put up. How can we hold the essence of what is important in our lives while being in expansion? So really good question, right? So when we are in touch with our spiritual presence, that colors our thought. If we actually ask this question, what makes us think the way we think? What makes me feel the way I feel? It is your presence. When you are in touch with your presence, that expands and shifts your heart space. It shifts how you feel. It shifts how you think. It colors how you perceive, and everything just comes into action. It manifests. But you're still in your presence, in the presence of your essence. Follow, right? Anyone else?
Om Shanti. The point that touched me today was, no, it's in English, but in Hindi, if I translate it, Baba says that only when you have an anubhav will you be able to give the anubhuti. So
That's
every moment, look at what Baba is talking to you, and then pick up something to experience for the day, experiment it for yourself. And once you are in that experience stage, will I be able to give that experience to others? Om Shanti.
That's right. Only those who has experience can give experience. That's right. Only those who are in an experience can give experience. That's right. Yeah. Anyone else?
Brother, can you explain about that evil spirits? The reason is we don't have a Murli, nothing, so I couldn't chant. What is that evil spirit and that influence Baba is speaking in the last paragraph, please?
Okay, let me. So Baba is talking about the influences of others, right? So when we are not Trikaldarshi, right? So you will be under the evil spirit of 5 vices. Right here, let me read that again. At the time of performing action, you come under the influence of karma. You do not become Trikaldarshi, that is, you do not stabilize yourself in the stage of being detached observer and enable actions to be performed through your physical organs. And so you come under its influence. To be under its influence means to invoke the evil spirit. To be under the influence means to invoke the evil spirit. All right. So again, so by default, if we are working from the state of acquired sanskaras, follow, right? So whatever we are under the influence, that is what is driving our interactions. If I'm triggered by anything that is happening around, the evil spirit is in effect. Follow, right? So it activates one of my limited sanskara. And that is what Baba is telling, it is evil spirit. It is going to take you away from the essence of your presence.
Okay, brother, I understood.
When you become Trikaldarshi, yeah. The minute you become Trikaldarshi, you are not just being aware, you are going beyond the awareness of what has happened in the past. And you're going into the awareness of what is eternally true, Anadisthiti. So your power is always already in action. So there is no scope for any limited sanskaras to come into effect. You will not get triggered, or you will not get influenced by it. Following? Okay, any other thoughts, questions, comments? So very deep and powerful Murli to become lighthouse and might house.
Om Shanti, Vaiji.
Om
This
Shanti.
the eternal stage of the soul at the seed stage is beyond time, also beyond sound. So practically, if we apply this concept of beyond sound, does it mean that I am a soul, I'm the seed stage, and that time, and that's how I have gathered the power, and that time, will there be any thought, or there would be elevated thought and no low energy thought? How do you practice it, and what is the how should we do it? Om Shanti.
So, sure. So one of the practices, especially when we talk about nirvana, Vani means sound. And soul world is called nirvana, right? So sound for the physical world is words, right?
Yes.
Sound for the mind is thoughts.
Yes.
Sound for your heart is emotions, right?
Sound for heart
So
is
when we
I
go
would say.
beyond
Sorry.
emotions,
Oh, yes.
triggered emotion, being upset, being this, that, and the other, it is all triggered emotion, right? So the sound, there are sounds of this physical world, which means there is a sound of worldly language, conversations, interactions, and all other stuff. And there is a sounds of your mind thinking about these worldly things, like this people, this happened, that happened, how about this, how about that, why is there rainfall, why is there flooding, all kinds of things, right? Any
Yes.
thoughts away from your presence, right? So once we take a pure thought, for example, I am a peaceful soul in the soul world, you don't have to repeat it. You just can hold your mind in that awareness. And then when your heart is
Vaiji,
Maybe
I
we
can't hear
can't
you.
hear you.
beyond the noise of your heart, noise of the mind, noises of this physical world, it pulls me into that world of silence. And that reveals your perfect and complete form.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Vaiji. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Okay. Balwinder Bhai has shared. Om Shanti, these five vices we called them negative energies. Are they part of the soul too? If not, then do they take birth automatically when the soul enters into the body to play role of act in on the action world? How to stay with them? Sorry, got disconnected. How to stay with them and still be detached? Okay, so this five vices is nothing but a transformed energy of the soul. And just imagine vices are darkness and your true divine presence of peace, love, and happiness as the light. When you keep the lights on, darkness vanishes. It's not that darkness has moved into some other room or some other place. There is no source for darkness. Only lack of awareness triggers these vices. Only when I'm not aware of my eternal self, vices comes into effect. The ego kicks in when I'm not soul consciousness. Body consciousness, in other words, is nothing but ego, your sense of self, which is created based on your experiences of this physical world. Did I answer, Balvinder? As such, there is no two different energies. It is just a transformed energy. It is like an alloy getting mixed into a pure energy. So when we meditate, what we are trying to do is we are trying to focus on our pure presence, and it only enriches and it becomes very refined, and it dissolves any other mixed emotions which is mixed in your emotions. Follow, right? That's how it works. Okay. Any last thoughts, comments, questions?
Om Shanti Bhaiji, would it be possible for you if you could repeat? This was a beautiful answer, but you were kind of too fast. I couldn't catch it. Would you please kindly repeat?
Sure. So vices are not negative energies. It is not a separate energy which is getting induced into the soul or induced into the body when the soul enters the body. But vices are nothing but the energy of the soul which is transformed based on our consciousness. You follow, right? When I, the soul, I, a conscious being, am not conscious of my true presence, and I start identifying myself that I live once, I start identifying with whatever emotions I have gone through, or I start identifying with my own traumas. That trauma will start dictating you, creating a fear of that trauma will occur again. That trauma will create an anger, why it is happened. That trauma will always makes you insecure, and that trauma will define you as a limited being, which is nothing but ego. So when I am conscious, which means I'm not only thinking of myself as a dot on a wall, but I am this pure energy. I'm not only thinking about it, not only feeling about it, I am experiencing that presence. I am in that presence, and I'm identifying myself with that pure, peaceful, loveful, blissful presence. There is no negative energy anymore. It is like light. When it is turned on, there is no fear. There is no anger because there is nothing to lose. There is no ego because your sense of self is totally different. Did I answer?
Yes, Bhaiji. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rakiben.
Yada, can we move on to meditation?
Yeah. Please. Let's make yourself very comfortable. Observe what's occupying your mind. Observe what's occupying your heart. And free it of anything of limited. Free your heart and free your mind of any triggered emotion. And gracefully bring your mind and heart into this pure silence. Gracefully bring it out of this world of space and time into this land of peace. Shantidam. Feel the closeness to Baba, the essence of all souls. Feel the closeness to Baba, the essence of love. And feel that sense of belonging to Baba. Stay absorbed in Baba's love and keep Baba alive in your heart. Keep Baba's presence very much ignited in your consciousness. Become a lighthouse. Let Baba's power radiate from your presence as a lighthouse. Om Shanti. Shanti.
Om
Stay.
Shanti.
Have a beautiful rest of the day.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Harsha Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5. And till that time, have a wonderful day.